What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Killer Austin. Instead of guys, new to this channel, please feel free to smash like button, subscribe button down below if you're ready to road to 400 subscribers. And this afternoon, I'll be simulating the 1-4 and the 1-3 Green Bay Packers versus the 0-4 Los Angeles Rams. It's probably gonna be a crappy game, but we're gonna be still simulating it because that's what we do. And we're the simulation scientists over here. But yeah, anyways, yeah, we're gonna jump right into things. We're gonna upgrade some guys, and then we're gonna get the rankings. I don't know if I remembered to do those the last like 2 times I did the simulations for like the Cardinals and 49ers and the Raiders Broncos games. But if I did, then yay me. But if I didn't, then that's my fault. But anyways, enough of the yapping. We're gonna jump right into the action. So let's freaking do this. Let's go. No upgrades for the Packers. So we're gonna jump right over to the Rams. It looks like the Rams got some upgrades, so that could be big. Let's do this. Nope, never mind, it's not big. It's gonna be Braden Fisk. Oh my god, that's so bright. Sorry for blinding you guys, my bad. Well, it's already my bad, it's the man's fault, but anyway, so we got Braden Fisk will be getting the upgrade. He'll be 75 overall, so I'll be pretty solid, I guess. Alright. They're gonna be the Rams are gonna be home for the next like few games. So nice little homestand for the Rams either. Alrighty. And the Packers are gonna have the number 5 offensive league, meanwhile the Rams are the number 20 have the number 20 offensive league. Defensively, the Packers are the number 5 defensive league, and the Rams are the number 19 defensive league. With the Packers rankings, I don't know how they're like so bad this season. I guess that's bad for you. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we're going to jump right into the simulations now. So let me know in the chat or in the comments down below who you guys got me this game into your script. And yeah, your script predictions as well. I'll be checking those out. But anyways, let's freaking do this thing. Let's go. Okay, yep. Let's go.
Today, from Los Angeles, California, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Rams team as they... Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The LA offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Packers defense, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Williams going to get it again on second down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To throw is Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
I just know defensively, when you see third and long, you just tell each other, guard the sticks. Don't let them get to the first down line. Anything underneath will make the play. But you have to take care of all responsibilities and know that they swing it out to a back. One-on-one tackles in the open field are critical. And if you miss, sometimes you end up on the wrong side of that first down gain.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On the jet sweep, this is Eskridge. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 50, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Up the middle, it's Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. And the Rams at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. It's been really a lost first month of the season, that's for sure.
And they still believe they have potential. They still believe they're a good team. But they have to absolutely start showing it right now. 0-4? That doesn't even sound right to them. But let's face it, you are what your record says you are until you break out of it.
Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Following the interception, Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Second down and a yard. To throw now. Here's Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 39. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 catches, 93 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. You talk about this Rams defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Going back to Love. High throw, but the catch is made. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Love now to pass on first down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And this one is right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he goes out right around the 39. Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Packers pick it up. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Throwing. Love. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one, because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And they only only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now Stafford. Well, this is caught by Williams. And down he'll go at the 25. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on third and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Second down and 6 now. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, third and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and 6. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good. And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Stafford now to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 15 yards there for number 15.
If this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen, here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10 to 3. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get out to the 32, run down there. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now it's Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
They run off tackle right with Williams. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. Looking to throw. Stafford. He finds Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They go back to the ground with Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
back to throw. Stafford. He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Davis Allen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Love looking to throw it. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Send Watson in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Rams going to take over late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. On 1st down at Stafford. Over the middle complete. That's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Stafford. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are
right. Too humble. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Love now. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Here is third and quite a ways. Looking to throw. Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. The quick feet by Jackson. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
and have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem...
Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Love. In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one hits the crossbar, and it's no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, they're unable to tie this game. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 69 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a 1st down.
Stafford on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. Stafford. To the right side, and complete to Atwell. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Demarcus Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again to the 43, second down. This is 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On third down, Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
On now is the Packers punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. From his own goal line, Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now a 2nd down throw for Love here. A short throw to Musgrave. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. 78 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. And taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Rams to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and you're yelling at your own defense, sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And not able to get any further as he's taken down right there at the 26. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Bobby Brown with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. After the interception, here's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Lucas Van Ness picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throws left side, Atwell's got it. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun. Love. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. So 4 sacks in the game. Charles, I don't know. Should we think about maybe bypassing Rookie of the Year and just jump straight to Defensive Player of the Year for him?
Oh, I like the whimsical tone in your voice on that one, because what we're seeing right now, Rookie shouldn't be able to do what he's doing, but he's getting it done. A little precocious, this young man.
On now is the Packers punter, standing just about on his own goal line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Play action. Stafford. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Love back to it here after the pick six. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. this spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. To the air again, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Love in the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Love finds his man. Watson over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. To pass, here's Jordan Love, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he takes this for about 6, down inside the 40. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Throwing, Love. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Operating from the gun, Love. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now throw there by Love, pulled in by Reed. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Love looking to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. There's Stafford. That is caught. Touchdown, Rams. Tutu Atwell, 29 yards. And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Love now to pass on first down. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. Here now, 2nd and 4. Love now. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. Looking to throw. Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Touchdown, Packers! Josh Jacobs, 33 yards. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. You have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. This is caught by Williams. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathed a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Los Angeles, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, They'll fall to 1-4 with a loss, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Matthew Stafford went 30 for 41 with 313 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And his longest pass of the day was from 29 yards. Jordan Love went 31 for 45 with 271 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And his longest pass of the day was from 33 yards. Michael Pratt went 1 for 1 with 2 passing yards, and his his longest pass of the day was from 2 yards. For rushing, there were no rushing touchdowns. Davis Allen had only 1 catch, but for no yards, and a touchdown. Demarcus Robinson had 5 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the day was from 17 yards. Jayden Reed had 3 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the day was from 12 yards. Josh Jacobs had 8 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the day was from 33 yards. And Tutu Atwell had 5 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown, and its longest catch of the day was from 29 yards. Mark Glowinski allowed 3 sacks. Rob Havenstein allowed 2 sacks. Kevin Dotson allowed a sack. Tyree Phillips allowed 5 sacks. Elgson Jenkins allowed a sack, and Charles Leno Jr. allowed 4 sacks. Jared Verse had 5 sacks. Braden Fisk had 2.5 sacks. Lucas Van Ness had 2 sacks. Preston Smith had 2 sacks. Justin Houston had 1.5 sacks. Bobby Brown III had a sack. Eric Wilson had a sack. Rashawn Gary had a sack. Quay Walker had a sack. Baron Young had half a sack, and Xavier McKinney had half a sack. And Joshua Carty had made 3 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 41 yards. Anders Carlson had made 2 field goals, but he missed the other, and his longest field goal was from 36 yards. Drew Chrisman had 7 punts for 302 passing with 302 yards, and his longest punt of the day was from 49 yards. And Ethan Evans had 5 punts for 203 yards, and his longest punt of the day was from 50 yards. And Christian Watson had 7 returns for 190 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 35 yards. And Adoree Jackson had 2 returns for 47 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 24 yards. And Demarcus Robinson had only 1 return for 8 yards. Christian Watson had 3 returns for 11 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 4 yards. And Adoree Jackson had 2 returns for 4 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 4 yards. And that is pretty much all the stats from this game, as the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Green Bay Packers 37-21. Alright. Advance. We got some upgrades here for the Rams. Davis Allen will be in at 67 overall. Karen Williams will be in 85 overall. That's pretty big for the Rams there. And Tutu Atwell will be in at 76 overall. So some pretty solid upgrades there for the Rams. Don't see that. And now we're going to jump right over to the Packers. And it doesn't look like the Packers need upgrades. Alright, so it looks like the next game will be the New York Giants versus the Seattle Seahawks, which should be going on right now. So, yeah. Now I'll pretty much end the video. So thank you guys so much for tuning to this video. If you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure you guys smash the like button, hit that subscribe button down below if you're in 30 road to 400 subscribers. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. And as always, stay awesome. Let's go.